Hey there, and welcome back to part 3 of my 3-part series, Intro to Craps. If you're new to the craps game and haven't watched part 1 and 2, I totally recommend pausing this video now and going back and check out my previous videos. If you're all caught up and ready to put the game into action, then let's go! Alright, we're at the table. And let's say that the sign across the way says a minimum of $5. So that means your bets over in the main area are going to be at least $5 per bet. And over in the prop area, that's still, $1 or more for any of those bets. All right, now you're ready to play. Now the dealer might ask you if you want to shoot the dice. And you want to at least have a minimum bet down here on the pass line. So in this case, your $5 chip. Then the stick man will dump out the dice in front of you. Usually there'll be 5 of the same color. With one hand only, you can go ahead and reach in, pick 2 dice that you like, and then the stick man will end up taking the rest of the dice back. Now that you've picked out your dice, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. You only want to keep the dice in one hand. You don't want to put both hands in there. You'll get in trouble because there's ways of people switching dice. So just use one hand only. And always keep the dice over the table area. Don't pull it out. Again, you don't want to be accused of trying to cheat and switch the dice or something outside the table. So just keep your hands and the dice, one hand only, inside the table area. You can switch hands, but no 2 hands rubbing. And I know some people want to kiss the dice. Okay, whatever. One hand only. Dice have to be in the view of the dealers. Okay, you got your dice. You're ready to shoot. You want to go ahead and toss them down the far side of the table. So if we're here, in this case, we're on the right side of the table, you want to throw it across the middle, and both dice need to hit the back wall. Here's a helpful tip for when you're shooting a dice. If for some reason you throw the dice and one or both the dice bounce off the table, then when somebody returns it back to the dealer, the box man will take that traveling die and inspect it to make sure it's still good. But at that same moment that the die goes off the table, the stick man, by default, will put the other good die back with all the extra ones again. Oh, no. And then dump them all in front of you for you to pick 2 new dice. If you're superstitious, or like most people and want to keep shooting with the exact same 2 dice, then you, the shooter, must yell out to the dealer, "Same dice." Then the dealers will call it back out, "Same die," and everyone will wait for that dice to be looked at and returned back to the table. But if the stick man doesn't hear you quickly enough, he's going to mix all the other dice up real fast, and you'll be SOL. So let's do this. We won't actually throw the dice in this case. Puck is in the off position. We're on the come out roll. Remember, the pass line wins with a 7 or 11 and loses with the craps number, 2, 3, or 12, just on the come out roll. Say you shoot the dice, you roll a 7. Bingo, win. Pass line wins, even money. So the dealer will drop down another $5 chip next to your bet. Now at this time, you can either keep both bets there or leave your original, just go ahead and keep a $5 minimum bet and take your winnings. Add that to your chips. Now we're still at a come out roll. Now you get to throw the dice again. Same thing, pass line will win on a 7-11, lose 2, 3, or 12, and any of the other numbers will set the point. Puck is in the off position, coming out, you throw it. Let's say you roll a 3. Now that's a craps. So then you lose it, your bets come off. It's still your turn to shoot. You're not out yet. So put another bet down on the pass line. They'll pass you the dice again. You shoot and throw. And now, this time let's say you roll a 6. So now the puck goes into the on position, marking the 6. Now this is when we can add any additional bets. So some common bets we can throw down here. We'll add it to the 4, 5, and 8. And remember, the 6 and 8 is a $6 bet minimum. And the 6 number here, we don't need to place a bet because this pass line now wins if we roll another 6. So with these bets, 4, 5, 6, 8, any of those numbers hit before a 7 does, we'll win. If the 7 hits, then we lose. Oh yeah, one other bet that you might want to do at this time. Remember in our previous videos we talked about the odds? So we'll want to place an odds bet behind the pass line here. And depending on the casino you're at, remember they might say 3, 4, or 5 times odds, which means if the point number is on the 4 or 10, it's 3 times, 4 times, or 5 up to 5 times odds that you can place back here. So in this case, we can go 5 times our bet here on the pass line. So we can go up to $25 behind the pass line. But let's just play minimum right now. You can go ahead and throw down 1. At least 1, it'll match. Alright, it's time to throw again. Say you shoot, and we throw a 5. Now remember, on the numbers, the 4 and 10 pay 9 for every $5. The 5 and 9 pay $7 for every 5. And the 6 and 8 pay $7 for every $6 bet you have. So you throw and you get a 5. Dealer will drop you $7. Now you can tell him either you want to have same bet. You can say nothing, he'll just pass you the money. You can say same bet, which means you want to leave it the exact same bet and he'll give you your winnings. Or you can press it. And pressing means he'll take your winnings, press it up another $5 increment, making it $10, and then he'll pass you the remaining winnings, and you can pick them up and put them in your stack. Alright, now it's time to shoot again. You throw, let's say you hit a 5 again, a second time. This time, your bet is now at $10, so the dealer is now going to pay you $14 for your $10 bet. And so in this case, let's go ahead and leave that the same, and we'll take our winnings. And again, after the dealer goes around the table paying everybody off, they'll pass the dice to you. Time to roll again. Let's say, just for example, that you threw a 7 out. And now that means all your bets would go to the dealer. You'd lose the bets here, go to the dealer, and your shooting time is over and the dice get passed to the next player. But let's actually just keep going in this case, just to finish out this roll. So okay, you got the dice, you shoot again, let's say you hit a 4 this time. Now here, you'll win $9 for your $5 bet. So in this case, let's go ahead and just leave the same bet and take all our winnings again. Okay, now let's say you rolled a craps number, a 2 or a 3. In this case, you have no bets on the 2 or 3. You don't win, you don't lose. If you were playing the field bet, then you'd win here, 2, 3, or 12. But since we're playing these numbers, total push. Okay, now you get to throw a dice again. Go ahead and shoot it, hit the back walls. Let's say you rolled the 8 this time. Now this was your $6 bet, so the dealer is going to drop you $7 for your $6. You can either, again, take the money, leave it the same bet. You can take all of it down if you want. Let's do that. You take your winnings and the original bet. Alright, it's still your turn. Get the dice. Let's shoot again. Alright, this time you shoot. Let's say you actually get that 6. Everyone will cheer. You hit the point number. So there's a few things now that happen. Since you hit the point number, the puck is going to come off position, get moved off. Leave that there. And now the dealer is going to go around and pay all the people that have pass line bets. And in this case, remember, the pass line bet itself is an even bet. So he'll drop you a $5 chip to match your $5. But now your odds, which is a better payout for the players, in this case for these two numbers, it'll actually pay you for your odds in the back $6 for every $5 you have. So as you can see, putting odds behind your original pass line bet pays better when you do hit. So now you pick up all your winnings, take the odds, now that we're at the come out roll again. So just have some amount for your pass line bet. They'll pass the dice back to you and you're starting all over. Now you're back to the come out roll. Your place bets are going to be off for come out rolls. So now you're back to your one bet trying to win here for 7 or 11. and you lose, in this case again, 2, 3, and 12. Just for this one roll till we get the point back up on a number. And that's it. That's a pretty basic betting strategy for just being able to shoot the dice, playing the pass line, placing a few numbers. Now, if you're up at the table and wanted to play and you're not shooting the dice, you don't even have to have a pass line bet. You can have that down, and once the point is set out there for whatever number that the shooter's throwing, you can go ahead and have your place bets. You can go ahead have any of your other bets if you want. Throw down $1 bets out here in the prop area, but you don't have to have a pass line unless you're shooter. If you're the shooter, you need at least your minimum bet there. But that's it. That's all there is. You got an introduction to shooting the dice, basic betting strategy. Now you're ready to hit the tables and be that dice shooter. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on the past few videos and just kind of getting a basic coverage of some strategies for craps and learning the basics. Again, this was my first try at putting up some tutorial videos and crap related videos, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I want to also give thanks again to our guest dealer in the previous 2 videos, CaliRose.SF. And I'm definitely not claiming to be a professional or anything at the game of craps. I'm just here having fun and wanting to share the game with everybody. If you have any questions or strategies that you want more information about, go ahead and post it below, and maybe I'll bring it up in a future video. Click like, subscribe, and I'll see you at the tables.